Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Medium by Design. Oh, what a life. The spiritual life is unbelievable. So I was introduced to the Anunnaki recently, so I've got this message to share with you today, and a reminder that, I do these writings and astrology readings for individuals that, want to go deeper in their spiritual understanding and practice. And astrology readings are still incredibly insightful. They're just amazing. You should have your birth time if you get an astrology reading. My email is below, so feel free to discuss anything that I may offer, or if you have a group idea for your area, we can always do a group and you can bring the people together right in your own home. So there's lots of things you can do if you want to further your spiritual practice, your intention setting work to expand your consciousness, and messages from me are part of that work also. And I do this for myself, but as you know now, if you followed any of my videos, this is video number 98. We're getting close to the 100 mark, and there's 368 of you now subscribed. God bless everybody. Thanks so much for subscribing. So let's just get into this and then see what you think, see what you receive. This is from the Anunnaki. We can say with complete clarity that there is much you and humanity still remain in the dark about. As more and more is revealed this year and beyond, you will be privy to some of the actions being taken, but there will remain many behind the scenes who will not be revealed. Some will simply finish their tasks and disappear, never to be heard of again. Yes, these scenes could be taken right out of a movie. We have one main wish or hope for all of humanity. That is that this leap in evolutionary understanding is swift, and that the most number of souls that can receive this information is large enough to assist in this current step. We know the frustration those receiving these messages have in being committed to sharing information and then not feeling it is reaching those it could help. We would like you and others doing this work to become even more detached from outcomes. We know this is asking a lot of you, as you have been committed to doing the work for many decades and seen little to no fruition to your efforts at times. This is an issue that those that may be a few steps ahead of the rest have always had to face. That's a very interesting thing. If you feel you've been ahead of most of your friends and family in understanding the world, the galaxy, humanity, whatever it is you're understanding more of, you may feel that it's an odd place to be. The best way to counteract any adverse reactions in yourself is to not only fully committed, but to also love yourself, what you're capable of, and simply enjoy the life that is unfolding for you. We know this sounds oversimplified, but it is not. By focusing on the joy of living for yourself, you can easily accept your own divine plan and enjoy every step as it unfolds for you. For us to speak on this might seem odd, as we have been known to have agendas that were not seen to assist humanity. Now, you'd have to go back in the history of the Anunnaki. They do have a colorful history of what they did to humanity. This would be true as we too were into control and conquer at one time. We have since, quote, seen the light, as some of you may say. Even we find humor in this revelation of our race. We never thought we would learn or be anything other than what we were. We thought we knew our role and then found out there was much more for us to learn too. This was a very rude awakening. We were comfortable and did love our position in the galaxy. We felt we were in control and that we were above many others in the evolutionary scale. We were arrogant. We loved it. We say this with humor because we know you can fit this same scenario in your own lives with people you know. In some ways, our experience was quite similar. We were the egomaniacs, narcissists, control freaks. Yes, we can admit this now, but 200,000 years ago, we would not even think of it. We take the time to make light and poke fun at our own evolution because we can now. We could not then. Just as your power-hungry individuals could never admit what they are doing is not for the benefit of themselves or others, they would most likely deny any attempt to show them the truth of their current ways. That was us. We also want to touch on the numerous ways humanity is getting clearer on its actions and reactions in the world, and that there is great hope at this time for significant and powerful positive change. We know that many of the messages received hold much promise for this time in human history, and that so many have become weary and impatient for the lack of forward positive movement being enjoyed by the many. We especially are aware of those countries that are operated the way we did for so many Earth years. We know that when you see these actions over a country's citizens, many of you cringe and can't believe you are witnessing or hearing about such actions. We wish you to understand that this is exactly how the greatest changes occur. Just before a great shift of understanding and forward movement, there is a resisting energy that builds with those that cling to the old ways. You have seen this depicted in many movies involving government, the military, or one about social injustices. The civil rights movement is a powerful example of this process. Even as there is forward movement, there also remains a type of friction and almost a clinging to the past. Much of this is due to the fear of what to do with this newfound freedom. It seems silly or even ludicrous to consider that some would rather remain in the past ways, even being controlled, rather than move into a newfound freedom of living and expression. As odd as this may seem, it is part of what holds humans back. This is exactly what is happening in China. The powers in place presently are flexing their collective muscle to keep people completely controlled and under fear of their rulership, fear of dying, fear of anything they are willing to cling to. This must be realized and broken free from those that are under its grip. A similar situation is happening in the Ukraine, although many of the details are being held back, and the true reasons for this conflict has not been honestly revealed. There remains some of the same ingredients to keep old regimes in power. Create fear. Can you understand the pressure that the suppressed are under? Can you also understand it is up to them to break out of that suppression? Each country has different ways of operating, of getting their citizens to conform. This is why it is important to keep your awareness clear in every moment. Notice the subtle changes being imposed in your world and realize what is acceptable and what is not. Allow those inspired actions to make positive changes in direction to come to the forefront of your minds. This is how the most powerful, meaningful changes will occur. We know this because we had to do it for ourselves. So there you have it. There's your message, your first message from me, from the Anunnaki, introducing themselves and giving us a little bit of history and what's going on in a few countries presently in our world. So if you liked this video or anything on my channel, please feel free to like, subscribe if you want to stay in touch with what's going on here. There's much more to come. If you want something personal, please just email me. And if you have any ideas for groups, anything at all, it's a wide open year. I don't know what is going on this year as far as where my work is going or anything. So I'm pretty open. And with that, I appreciate you watching. Remember, I do also have PayPal, and you can use my email for Zelle if you feel like blessing me. I am way open to blessings. Any blessing means a lot. So blessings to you. Thank you for watching, and always know, as long as I'm breathing, there's much more to come on the Medium by Design.